everyone, and welcome back to another Friday Night Frights review. Friday Night Frights is a little movie club put together by Claire from the Book Fox. I'm going to be leaving all the information down below. We have a Goodreads group. Everyone is free to join and jump in at any time. Before I actually get into the movie review for this week, I do want to say that I realize that my past videos have all been about horror movies for about like 2 weeks now. I do have a bunch of book related videos coming up. I have a bunch of book reviews and graphic novel reviews and wrap-ups and all that. So I do have a lot of book content coming up. And having said that, let's go back into the review for Friday Night Frights, which this week is going to be The Sentinel, that came out in 1977. The Sentinel was directed by Michael Winner. It follows a young model by the name of Allison Parker, who is played by Christina Rains, who I think did a really good job as the main character in the movie. She has a pretty good life going on for herself. She has a good modeling job, and she has a long-term relationship that's pretty stable with a lawyer, but she does not want to get tied down to him, so she wants to move out and live in her own apartment, and that way she feels a little more independent. She starts looking for a place to live and eventually moves into this old building. After she moves into this apartment building, she starts meeting some of the neighbors, and they are all very odd, very eccentric, a little bit crazy even. She starts not being able to sleep at night and gets disturbed by all the noise in the building. And from there, she's just trying to figure out what's going on in the building. In terms of atmosphere and acting, I think the movie is a pretty typical 70s horror movie. It's very atmospheric, I would say a little bit too atmospheric. There's a soundtrack of creepy music at every step, and sometimes the acting is quite over the top. And all the scare scenes and like the screaming scenes are very funny, like they're not really scary. Maybe I've just seen too many horror movies, but I was not really at all scared at this movie. But it does have this creepy undertone to it, and it's quite enjoyable. I actually found myself enjoying it. I really like the idea behind the movie. I don't want to go into details, but I really liked the plot and what was going on, and I might have not even known what is going on had I not seen the trailer and one of the posters for the films while I was looking to use it in the video I made last week. The trailer for this movie is one of those old trailers that pretty much spell the movie out for you from the beginning to the end, and my best advice is just stay away from the trailer if you want to watch this, because it gives away absolutely everything. Also, one of the movie posters just has like the big quote on the movie poster is basically the end twist. Luckily, it's not the one that Netflix uses as a cover, but I strongly advise whoever's interested in watching it to just stay away from the trailer and the movie posters. Just go watch the movie. One thing that I really thought they could have done much better is looking at the neighbors and Allison's relationship with the neighbors, and the whole idea into moving a new house and meeting the neighbors that are a little eccentric and creepy has been done before. It has been done wonderfully in Rosemary's Baby. And from watching the trailer, I got this feel, this Rosemary Baby's feel. But Rosemary's Baby is definitely on a higher level of cinematography, in my opinion at least. I think this movie could have been better if it focused more on the neighbors and Allison's relationship with them and the whole story of the building. And actually, this movie, I read afterwards, is based on a book. The book is called The Sentinel as well, and it's written by Jeffrey Conwitz. And from the Goodreads synopsis, I get the feel that the movie focuses a lot more on the neighbors and the house, which makes me really interested in reading it. And apparently there's also a sequel to the novel called The Guardian, so I'm actually quite interested to read them. Overall, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the most engaging movie all throughout. Like, it had some good parts, but there were parts I felt it dragged a little bit. I am a fan of 70s horror, and I would definitely recommend it for people that are into 70s horror, that are not really looking for a super like adrenaline rush when they are going to a horror movie. Next week we are going to be watching I Saw the Devil, the movie from South Korea, and it is my suggestion, and I am a little bit nervous to see how everyone is going to perceive it, especially since it isn't what I would really classify as horror. I would more classify it as a dark thriller, but everyone was happy to go along with it. I've already seen it, so I'm really happy to rewatch it. I loved it the first time I saw it. I'm really curious to see how everyone else is going to feel about it, because I think it's going to be very different from everything we've watched until now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back with another video soon. Have a fun and spooky Friday night. Bye.